Alrighty. Good morning, everyone. We're so happy that you're here. I'm Audrey Gutierrez with Generation Schools Network, and today we have Kimberleigh Mann from Goodwill of Colorado. She's the employment specialist and case manager, and she's going to go ahead and share with us, her background, what she does, and I'll go ahead and turn it over to you, Kim. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you again for this opportunity. Hello, everyone. I'm excited to just speak with you, share myself, my journey, my story, and also provide a couple of resources via Goodwill and other community partners. So, again, my name is Kim Mann. I am a native of San Diego, California, and I've been living in Colorado for about 4 years now. Um, I am an employment specialist and case manager with Goodwill of Colorado Impacts program. So our particular program, Impact stands for Improved Payments in Child Success. So we are partnered with the Child Support Agency of Denver County, Jefferson County, and we just newly acquired a contract with Pueblo County. So we work with non-custodial parents who have an active child support case. We are like their last opportunity before any other ramifications happens to them because of non-payment of child support. So we help them find jobs, we help them with resume, we facilitate a job readiness workshop. We help them with some financial support, meaning we can help them purchase work equipment, work boots, work clothing. We can help with transportation if that's a gas card, if that's a bus pass. We can help them with maybe a couple of their bills to help lift their financial burden, to help them get back on track, to pay their child support, as well as hopefully they can improve the relationship with the child on the case. A lot of the parents that we work with, unfortunately, they don't have an opportunity to see their kids and spend time with them, all because of this child support case. So we are a support to the non-custodial parent and their kids. It's very rewarding. It's intensive case management that we do, as well as we're out there in the community marketing or trying to establish partnerships with employers and ask them, please hire our participants that work with us, so they can get back on track. How I even led up into this type of position originally, graduating from high school or even while being in high school, such as yourselves, I was able to, at the age of 15, was able to get a work permit. And so I was with a program called Hire a Youth, and they taught us a lot of job skills at that time. And they actually did interviews with us. And so I was actually hired on to be, at that time they were saying secretary, but now we use admin or front desk support. And so I was hired on to do that. I only did maybe 4 hours a week. And at that time, minimum wage was only like $4 or $5 an hour. But it was a nice start to learn how to be in the workforce. And then after I graduated from high school, I did complete a CNA training and I worked as a nurse assistant for many years. And I thought I wanted to be a nurse, or mainly my mom. I felt forcing me to be a nurse because all the women in my family, they're nurses. And so I realized that, well, is this something that I want to do, or am I doing this because this is what my mom wants me to do? So, I wanted to encourage you. It's okay to whatever you are desiring, whatever your passions are, to pursue that. You may have people in your ear or your parents or friends or family who may say, well, no, you should do this over here because it's more money. You need a consistent paycheck. And yes, we do need that. And that is important. However, However, I started to realize I do love helping people, period. I do like the medical field, period. But I knew continuing into becoming maybe a registered nurse or even maybe a medical doctor was not resonating with me, So I I was a CNA for a few years, and then I transitioned into working with adults with developmental and intellectual disabilities. So in San Diego, I worked at the Goodwill there. Goodwill is international and it's throughout the country as well. And so I believe in their mission. The mission is helping people who have barriers to employment, whether it is a disability, maybe they need a hand up. And so I believe in the mission, and I loved what I was doing with working with adults with developmental intellectual disabilities. We were teaching them how to blend in with the community. We were teaching others how to work with someone with a disability and inform them like, hey, they're just like you and me. They might look different, and there might be some different social cues that might feel awkward or look awkward, but they are just like you and me. They work just as hard, and they just want to feel welcomed and accept it. And I realized then that was my passion. I loved it. I started to learn how to do case management. I was working in the office and then at the same time was able to work directly face to face with those participants as well. So then I started to learn new skills with learning how to implement goals and learning how to work with the store managers at the different Goodwills who would hire our participants. And then from there, my husband had a huge opportunity here in Colorado. He's a native here. And so we moved from California to here in 2020 because of his job opportunity. And then I wanted to continue to stay within the Goodwill family. And that's what I love about Goodwill, with them being throughout the countries, and internationally known. You can always find work. You can always find a professional development opportunity within Goodwill of Colorado. So I applied for the job. Well, it was for this employment specialist position. However, the hiring manager, she already selected someone to be the case manager, but she's like, but I really want you on my team. I need a job developer. I was so nervous because I was like, well, I never job developed. I was concerned because I thought that that was going to come with a quota or some numbers. And I was thinking to myself, man, what if I don't meet those numbers? What if I couldn't secure enough employer partnerships? And oh my goodness, they might fire me, they might let me go, or I might get written up. I was nervous. Plus, I know what I want to work on. I know where some of my weaknesses were. So just meeting a stranger to me and trying to speak of this program and get the buy-in, I was really nervous to do. However, I wanted to go ahead and accept the opportunity because even though I was scared, I wanted to do it scared. I knew I was going to strengthen my skills. I knew I was going to be able to learn what was out there in the community. Mind you, this was all during the height of COVID. And so I went ahead and accepted the position, and I'm glad I did. I'm so, so glad that I did, which had transitioned me to be able to promote into now the case manager position that I'm in now. So I just want to encourage you all to take advantage of any skills that's being offered to you. You might apply for one job and that hiring manager may say, well, I think I would really like you in this position. I'm not saying to take everything, you know what will work for you, you know what you want to do. However, there's nothing wrong with accepting something initially that you may not have originally applied for, because there's such a wealth of knowledge even within that. And then there will be opportunities to grow even within that. So I'm just so grateful for Goodwill. And then even within being in this position, now we're going on about my fourth year here. Last year, I hit a huge life change. I was diagnosed with a very rare endometrial cancer, and I had to be out for about maybe 4 to 5 months. I had to have emergency surgery. Even I had to fly out to a whole another state, to Texas, to go to their cancer center due to the rarity of the cancer that was spreading quite fast within my body. But I'm glad that Goodwill provides such great benefits and a leave of absence policy and PTO or paid time off. And so that helped me be able to, one, communicate with my manager, and two, come up with a plan, because I need to take care of myself, first. And I'm glad that Goodwill provided great benefits. They even also have an employee assistance program where there's some resources that are free to the employees of Goodwill. And most employers will provide that, whether it's even just counseling. You may need some free therapy sessions, or maybe some legal help, even when it comes to figuring out your taxes and things like that, or support groups. But just coming up against adversity in the midst of loving my career, pursuing more, and looking forward to more, and being hit with a huge life event that could have taken me out, but I'm grateful that I'm here. I would encourage you to, when you're looking for jobs or working with an employer, find out, what do you provide, health care or health insurance? What are your benefits? Do you have an employee assistance program or an EAP program? I would highly suggest that you keep self-care in the forefront, even while pursuing your passions, your dreams. Still take care of yourself. This came out of nowhere. I don't know why this happened. I was feeling great last year, and then boom, I'm dealing with this. But sometimes the adversity makes us stronger. Sometimes you need the trials, the tribulations, the challenges. Life challenges will happen, but it makes you stronger, and then it pushes you to continue to move forward. So I would encourage you to do that as well, which moves me into sharing opportunities with Goodwill. So a lot of people think that Goodwill is just that, just a thrift store. We are more than that. We have so many programs. I shared of my program, the Impacts program. There's a program we have with Goodwill. It's called the Rehire program. As long as you're 18 years old and above, they will work with you. They'll work with also individuals who are, I believe it's 55 and up. They will also work with the non-custodial parent, like how my program does. And then they also work with veterans. But if you don't fall into any of those three categories, they will still work with you. The Rehire program is like an 11-week training program, and so you'll be learning how to prepare for work. You'll be a part of Professional Fridays, where you're learning soft skills, whether it's communication, conflict resolution, where you're learning how to create a resume or a cover letter. You're learning how to interview. And then you'll be placed at a work site for 11 weeks. It's paid. You get paid for it for 30 hours a week, and you're learning how to work at this whatever facility it is, whether it's one of our Goodwill stores or a different host site that they have on their list. And then by the 11th week, the goal is for you to be permanently employed. So hopefully that host site would hire you on. So that's the rehire program. We have CW step program. If anyone is ever, or anyone you may know who might be older than you, but who may be on SNAP or I believe TANF, then there's opportunities for you to get help with getting employed. We also have a free IT program. It's called Lift, and it's completely free. If you are interested in getting into the IT world, Goodwill provides a free IT training, all the certifications. We also have BankWorks. If you are interested, once you graduate from high school, I do believe you have to be 18. But if you're interested in getting into the banking field, we have a free training program and it's called BankWorks. And you're learning everything about a bank. And then hopefully, excuse me, at the end of your training and when you graduate with your also on the day of graduation, there will be banks at the graduation doing in-person interviews. So you have an opportunity to get hired on with a bank. Um, Oh, we have so much here. There's micro credentials. So if you want a flagging certification, maybe a forklift certification. I know the Colorado Springs Goodwill, they are actually doing CNA or caregiving certifications, but not here in Denver. But they also are doing, I believe, clerical or administration certifications. That's available to you here at Goodwill of Colorado. And then we have so many jobs, so also, and we welcome whatever the background is, Goodwill is uh justice involved friendly. I'll use that language. But if anyone has a criminal background, there's certain things that are just no tolerance for, so they may not accept. But for most, we want to give people a second chance. Also, if you're interested in such as myself, case management, doing admin work or customer service, Jewish Family Service, their program and their facilities, they also provide an administrative and customer service vocational training. So that's always available to you as well. But that's what I wanted to share with everyone. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. And thank you again for your time today.
Jump in. Thank you so much, Kim. I so much appreciate Kimberleigh in mind. And thank you everyone for joining. Was there any questions that you have for Kim at this time? Anyone?
Yeah, I'm just curious, what would you say like the top kind of like soft skills are for, students thinking of going into either your role specifically or just kind of like the field in general?
I would say communication, definitely conflict resolution, and also I know there's some trainings that we go through it here at Goodwill, but even just how to be a team, being a team player or team building, teamwork, So I would say those were some good top ones because you're gonna always have to work together. There's some things that I don't know that I need my teammate. She's stronger in a lot of areas that I may not be as strong, and vice versa. So I would say those top three things.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
all.
sharing just your journey and your story. We really appreciate it.
I had a quick question as well. Um, so you mentioned the micro-credentialing opportunities that you guys have there. Do you have any certificates or credentialing surrounding business?
Not with Goodwill, but we always are partnered with other community partners, out there. There is one, and if I can email it whether to Rebecca or Audrey, but they do provide It's like anyone who wants to get into starting their business, they would help you start from start to finish. And you may have an opportunity where they will actually invest in your business. So I can send that information to you. I think it's Rocky Mountain Micro Financial Institute, if I'm saying that right. But yes, they will help anyone with starting their business. You put it together, business plan and everything, and they would potentially invest in it as well.
Great. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Anybody else? Oh, Audrey.
Nope, I was just going to say thank you. I wasn't sure if there's any other questions.
Kim, do you have any questions? Did you want to know anything in addition since you shared? Anybody that can get a hold of you? Is that okay if we will leave your information out?
Please reach out to me if there's anything that we can do to help your students. I know there's some resources out there for youth, so even if they may not work directly with Goodwill, we're always just happy to help. And if it's okay, any of the parents that we're working with, a lot of their children are high school age, so if there's any opportunities or anything for them that I can share about Generation School Network, that would be great too, to help that parent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
I think if there's nothing else, we can give you back some time. And again, Kim, always such a pleasure and honor to connect with you. And if there's anything that comes through the pipeline, I'll definitely send it your way. Same to you. If you have any questions for us, definitely let us know. We would appreciate the correspondence back and forth, however you'd
Absolutely. And I
like.
appreciate you thinking of me, Rebecca. Thank you so much.
Of course. Well, ladies, thank you so much for your time. Oh, Amanda, did you want to say anything? Oh, I thought you came up. All right. Well, thanks. We'll talk to you later. Have a good day.
You too. Bye,
Thank you. It was nice to meet
ladies.
you.
Bye.
Bye.